Hello, Rasa. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
So, first of all, how's your digestion?
Good, I think.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel occasional constipation?
What is that?
Not being able to poop.
No, that's no problem for me.
Okay, okay. Scorpio one.
Does it say something about that for me?
Uh, yeah, a little bit, but because Saturn is in the sixth house, so but it's in Scorpio and retrograde, so yeah, probably not. But it's more about your emotional makeup as well. Yeah, Mars is in Cancer in the second house. Wow, you can actually destroy a person in an argument.
Really?
Hmm. Okay, so Moon in Leo. Okay, courageous. Second signs. There's a lot of fear involved, but also like you're quite outgoing. Jupiter is in Aries. Rahu in the 10th. Hmm. Okay. Venus, Sun, Mercury, first house, retrograde, Saturn, Gemini. Hmm. So you have like dual personalities. So like there's one personality that you keep for people outside, and there's another personality for your inner group. And
Me?
so you have to kind of balance the two out. That's the one thing that you'll struggle with, that okay, should I like okay, is this person now eligible for my inner group to know my like true self, because the like Rahu in the 10th also, because like Rahu in the 10th and then Gemini ascendant, so it will give you this superpower of uh, presenting yourself in a way that other people want to see you in. So although like there's a lot of other themes going on as well, but that's the primary theme, because like Rahu is in 10th house. 44th. Okay, what's the name? This app really confuses me all the time because this app has like too much information. Okay, Jupiter in Aries. Okay, here it is. Mm. How was your childhood? Was it traumatic or was it all like okay, like so so?
Not very okay.
Mhm.
So you tell me what you
Ketu.
see.
Hmm. There's a lot of themes going on. Like, okay, your way of communication can be a bit erratic. I mean, you can talk at length, but it only happens with people that you know. So
Yeah.
if someone wants to like really know what you're actually thinking, they have to be familiar. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
those are the people that you can have extensive conversations with. But Moon is in the third house in Leo. Uh, do you write, Rasa?
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you
What do you mean? Do I write?
write stuff like short stories or anything? Just write.
No, I don't.
Well, you should, because your Moon is in Leo in the third house. So that can be really helpful at times, because you see like Mars is in Cancer, so it's like your mind is full of ideas. So you have to pen them down because there are like too many of them.
Maybe sometimes
So
at work when I have some ideas, I write them down, but not like personal stuff
mhm.
or not like a diary. I don't have a
No,
diary.
no, no. I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to, but because no, it's, I mean, like that's not your style, but sort of It's just that when we are like, let's say you have an idea,
Uh-huh.
okay, in your head. So now the thing is that rather than uh, writing like a full story, you might like write a single word
Hmm.
to like remember that story.
Oh yes.
So, so I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So, bullet points always help, like
Oh
writing a
yeah, I
single word, you know? Yeah,
I
yeah.
do that, but it's when it's related with work mostly. I do
Mm-hmm.
that.
Your orientation is like fourth, 10th. So, like, it's like Ketu in the fourth house. So, generally, people with this placement, they're very career oriented. So, that okay, I have to work, like I have to be out there because Rahu in Pisces, in the 10th house. So I mean, you can be very work oriented. Also, you have Saturn in the sixth, so like a lot of like work all the time, and little time for yourself, which can be quite draining for you because you have Mars in Cancer. So you struggle with that.
No, I don't think I struggle. I like to work, maybe.
Yeah, you like to work, but like I'm talking about your energy.
Hmm.
Like you might, because Mars is in Cancer, so Rahu in the 10th says work, right? Saturn in the
Hmm.
6th says work. But Mars in Cancer says, okay, maybe I should take a little break. So the to sustain something, it takes quite a bit of effort because you have to like mentally prepare yourself. And let's say if at your work you're dealing with someone who has a lot of trauma, or you're like helping someone out with that sort of thing, dealing with their personal traumas, that can get a bit much for you as well because you might feel their trauma as your trauma. Hello?
Yes, I heard you.
Yeah. I mean, you got to tell me because I this chart, I mean I am trying my best, but there's just too much information here.
Yeah, yeah, I know you probably see many things and you need to know more specific, right?
Mhm. So
So you
what's
you
like
you
your mhm.
you want to know what my job is?
Yeah, just let's begin with that.
Ah, okay. So I work at company in finance department. I do calculations.
Mhm.
So that's my area.
Accountant.
Yeah, finance,
Mhm.
accounting.
Mm. So Taurus in the 12th house, Venus here. Can you give me your birth details? I need to make a chart for myself because this app is just weird.
I
Do
think
you have your
Johnny
birth?
had it. Johnny, you
Yeah,
had
can
my
you ask him?
birth information.
Can you ask him?
Can you tell me? I know the date. I just don't remember the time. It was like 5 in the morning or something.
There's something's wrong with this one.
10 minutes past 5 in the morning.
So you tell him.
You hear me right now?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, Sid, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. 10 minutes past 5 o'clock. So it's 5:10
Okay.
a.m.
Uh, place?
You need a location?
Yes,
No, the
so
place of birth.
Vilnius, Lithuania.
Lithuania, Shilutė.
Okay, never mind. We'll just stick with this one. Okay, so uh, let me begin again. Okay, so Ketu in the fourth, Rahu in the 10th. Okay, so what does this do? This says, okay, you have to like work all the time, so it might make you a workaholic. Okay,
Okay.
now the owner of the 10th house goes into the 11th house in Aries, so it's a very competitive work environment. So you
Hmm.
have to be your like very best at what you do, and I think you are because you have Mercury in the first house in
I'm
Gemini.
trying. I'm trying to be.
Yeah, you are. Now I can't see whether it's retrograde or it's there's a lot of signs. Okay, Yeah, so you're like constantly upgrading your skills so that other people don't get ahead of you.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Mm. Saturn in Rahu. Okay, the third aspect on the 10th house, seventh on the 12th. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, eight, nine, 10. Oh, okay. Do you get depressed sometimes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and you have to like take a break to recharge.
Uh, yeah, but I
Spending,
don't.
it's like, do you have like two things going on at one time?
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes when something is not good, it can
Mm-hmm.
be at work, at personal things, family.
Mm-hmm. When you were little, or like even now, like, did you used to like take long walks to clear your head?
I do that now.
Mm-hmm. That's your Saturn looking at your moon. So it's
Uh-huh.
like, okay, I feel a little bit depressed, so let me just go out and take a walk. So like just to clear my head. And then Gemini, okay. And while you're walking, you have like a lot of ideas, new ideas in your head. And it's
Hmm.
like, it's something that you do to organize the thoughts in your head about work. So when I'm
Not
walking,
not
yeah,
necessarily about work. Mostly
yeah,
personal stuff, not work.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm coming to that as well.
Hmm.
It's just that Saturn in the sixth house looks at your third, moon in the third. So what happens is like those bullet points that you wrote down. Now, I mean, it's a good time for you to think about those themes as well as you walk. Now, sixth house is in Scorpio, right? So what happens is that while you're walking, all those things that you fear or you think like, okay, maybe I need to be paying attention to this more or that more, those things start coming back to you. And the clarity is not achieved in just like let's say like there are people who like go out there and like have like a brief walk and come back. Now, no, 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 for you it has to be like an endless kind of walking. Okay, like, okay, I know I have to go back, but I need to clear my head. So there's a conflict that, okay, how much me time do I deserve? So there's like a lot of judgment in that part as well. And then
Hmm.
your partner also comes into the picture because Jupiter, like the owner of the ninth house, is sitting in Aries. So, and your Jupiter is also looking at your moon. Saturn and Jupiter both are looking at it. So it's like my workspace as well as my daily routine. So like there are those two themes running while you're like taking a walk. That, okay, there's something to do with health, something to do with my work, something to do with just daily mundane things that you need to be that need completion. So those will keep running in your head, and you have to sort of bring a balance between the two of them by walking. That, okay, I'll walk, I'll just take a small, like a brief walk, not so brief actually, but that's just something, I mean, that you will struggle with because especially in winters, or if you can't go outside, then you'll be just pacing in and like around your house and thinking about stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that.
Venus in the first house. Okay. How was your relationship with your dad?
Good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in that?
Yeah, I do see a little bit of contention with him over certain beliefs, like
Well,
way of,
with
yeah,
all my family, I'm kind of different there. I
yeah.
see
I mean,
everything differently.
yeah, because like ninth house and eighth house ruler is sitting in the sixth in Scorpio, so it's about it's not it's like the difference between you and them, it comes from your gut, that there's just something that you just can't agree with them on certain things. It's not even about having like talking with them like about those things. It's just that I know they won't understand.
That's true.
And then your seventh house ruler, Jupiter, it looks at your fifth house. So you might like go like, are you thinking about upgrading your skills, like going back for maybe like a higher degree or something?
Yes, I'm thinking about that for a very long time now.
Now is a good time because April 22nd, like Jupiter is going to go and meet Rahu. So, and Rahu is sitting in your 10th house. So it's a good time for you to go back to school or go back to some place where you can learn like new stuff to upgrade your skills. And this is also a good time like to plan a long journey of some kind.
So you think I
Maybe,
should apply for studies this year?
yeah, definitely.
Oh, great.
Because
Maybe I'll
Saturn is in the
consider it.
ninth. Yeah, what are you saying?
I was thinking about doing my master's for a very long time, but I haven't applied for it. I keep
It's
thinking
going to
about it, keep
happen.
looking up. Yeah, so
Hmm.
maybe I should do that this year.
Yes, because Saturn has already entered your ninth house,
Mm-hmm.
and it's looking at your 11th house where Jupiter is going to be present along with Rahu on like April 22nd. So it's like you might go abroad or maybe go away from home to upgrade your skills or to learn new things. I think like you can make a good teacher actually, like in a university if you want to, because I mean you might not. Yeah, I mean yes you can, because you have that capability of making other people understand like a complex topic in like few words. So let's say like you are having like a group of people are having a conversation and they are trying to explain things to each other but they're not getting anywhere. So you
Oh
will
yeah.
come in and you will say one word that ties everything together.
Oh yeah. I have actually noticed something like that.
Hmm. So like your gift is like the gift of clarity. Okay, so like
Huh.
when you're in conversation with other people, then you have to utilize those gifts, but you also have to balance it out, like because your fear is the fear of not getting appreciated. Okay, that okay, I might tell you what your problem is, but if you just don't want to listen to me or you don't want to act in the way that I want you to act, then it's no use, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you might, your advice might come with like a limit that okay, I'll tell you what to do, but you have to do it exactly like I tell you to do.
Well, I don't think it's like that with me. I'm more like saying my opinion, but I don't push people to follow my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Not with everyone. Maybe when it's more personal, in closer circle. Yeah, I expect people to do what I say, but not
Yeah, I
in.
mean your public face and your private face are like completely different, because in your public face it's all about professionalism, okay? Uh like I'll do my job, I'll do what I have to do. Any responsibility that has been given to me, I'll take care of it. You'll do
Mhm.
that. But yeah, I mean like I said before, that in your like in your inner circle of people, okay, first of all, you won't even like talk to people if the relationship is not personal, okay? Like for you it's like very difficult to talk to people about personal stuff or sharing your opinion about some personal stuff if it is at work. Okay, like work colleagues, they are different, that's a different conversation. So like but when you let other people inside, like if they become eligible for your inner group, then those people, you'll be like, okay, I will solve everything, every problem that you have, okay, but you have to do it exactly how I want things done, okay. My advice comes with a structure. My advice is not just words, okay.
Yeah.
And if I'm giving you some advice, it has something to do with the action that you have to perform, not just words.
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
also
Okay.
like it's also like your Mercury is in Gemini in the first house. So, but I think it's a retrograde. I'm not sure. Mercury in 19. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's retrograde. So, yeah. So, uh, communication is not really your biggest strength. At least, like picking up cues in conversations. Like, let's say, like something is being said about, like, you will, like, there are people who just understand the context of a conversation, okay, but it's like you enter a conversation at a random point and you're looking for the context. So unless a context is present, a structure is present, it becomes really hard for you to like give your opinion. Now I'm not saying that you're like dying to give your opinion, but it's like people will ask for your advice because that's just who you are. I mean, people will look up to you and they will say, okay, fine, I mean, maybe we should ask Rasa, okay, what does she think about it? Because Rahu in the 10th makes you very visible. So those people will be looking for your opinion, but you will struggle with giving your opinion because those people are not yet or might not be yet a part of your inner circle.
Yeah. Maybe. Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Seventh house, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter. Ah, okay. Okay, now like Saturn can make you a contrarian as well. So Saturn might say, okay, I will just oppose things just for the sake of it. I mean, not really for the sake of it, but like just to see some action, you might take a contrary position. That, okay, I mean, I'm not saying that you're not an agreeable person. Of course, you are at times with your inner group, but generally, it's not so. It's not the case, and this might lead to a lot of like verbal fights with the spouse
It's just that.
because
It's just that because maybe opinions don't match.
yeah, your opinions are more practical. Okay, yeah, your opinions are, I mean, you actually want a mind reader for a husband, okay? He just has to know how
Oh
you're
yeah.
feeling,
Yeah. He
okay?
should. Of course.
So, yeah, and it's like if you have to explain things to him, then it's already a lost cause, you know? So, it's like that. So like in that situation, let's say you're like you want there are some dishes, okay? Like let's say you cook food. If you cook food, then you expect your husband to do the dishes, okay.
Yeah. It's
It's like,
normal.
yeah, it's, yeah, exactly. So like for you it is, but you don't want to like say those things to him because for you these are not things that you have to actually tell the other person. He should just know them, you
Yeah.
know.
They should know,
So
but they don't know, so I have to tell them.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like
Yeah.
for you it's the, so in that situation, now there is like a fight now. And in if you ever get into a fight, you will always win because of your Saturn and also your Mars. So like you can really take a person apart, you know, you can destroy them. So it's almost like, but you are also like a fierce protector. So if they actually listen to you, or let's say they just do what they should be doing, okay, then it's like, okay, you have my approval now, so I will tolerate some of your shit.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and Jupiter in Aries, so yeah, I mean, it's possible that because your Saturn is there. Okay, seventh house, ninth. Ninth is Aquarius, and Aquarius is there. So, oh, hmm. Now there's a lot of trauma involved in that relationship as well, because you like the initial phase that might work out well, but with the because Pluto and Libra, in retrograde in the fifth house, so there's trauma with respect to the child as well, because it might have been that after the birth of the child, things must have gotten a bit complicated. Uh, the relationship with your husband or your spouse, it might have taken a new turn. Like now, there's this added responsibility because you are a Gemini and your husband is like a Sagittarius, but Jupiter is in Aries. So there's this fundamental disagreement with the ambit of responsibility. Okay, who is more responsible? Am I more responsible for it, or are you more responsible for it? This year it's going to be more about education. I think this year it's going to be more about education. It's going to be more about upgrading your skills. It's also going to be a bit more about travel, maybe to a religious place as well. I mean, not religious, but like a spiritual thing, maybe like trekking in the mountains and stuff,
Hmm.
just to clear your head and like get that break that you have been wanting for a little while. It's like financially, it can be a little, yeah, but like your Mars is there, so yeah. I mean, yeah, it's more about education this year. I think you should really be going for the master's degree
Hmm.
and something to do with like digital aspect of it, okay? Like something to do with technology.
What do you
Uh
mean?
something to do with technology in your field of work. Uh the field of work that you have already chosen. So, I mean, if you want to upgrade your skills in that particular line of work, so maybe you should go for like a further degree of some kind so that you can get a better pay raise. But it's also okay, it might be completely different as well because
Okay,
it's an
what?
Aquarius.
Yeah, but what do
Huh?
you mean? Should I change my uh, area for what I do? Should I change that?
No, I mean, I mean, you're good at what you do. So, I mean, you can try, but like, I think you will make like a good teacher in a university. I think that will bring like a lot of balance in your life, because right now work takes more time uh out of your life, and the personal stuff, okay, that's for later. But of course, like Saturn is in the sixth, so you have to come back to your health and your daily routine after like taking care of all the other aspects of your life. But right now, Saturn is in the ninth house. So if you want to upgrade your skills, either you can do something based off of technology in your in the same field,
Hmm.
okay, or you can do something completely different, like teaching, perhaps, because ninth house is also about teaching.
Well, at work, I
So
do something with creating programs. I help IT department to create programs that the users. I tell them what the users need. So maybe that's about technology.
yeah, I mean,
That could
teaching
be
and
related with
yeah,
technology.
yeah, teaching and technology. So like those are the two themes. So I mean, you can do something with them. And regarding upgrading your skills, you can either do it in one or like both of them. So maybe you can go for a training where you can learn something other than what you already know, because that will get boring after a while.
Hmm.
So you have to upgrade those skills. So I mean, yeah, you can I think you might already know where you have to go to do that. So this year is the best year for that. Okay, so you should be applying for that particular thing that you've been like putting off for like many years now.
Okay, so if I was thinking to study, I should study this year, right?
Yes,
Uh,
after April 22, it's a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good time for you personally also because okay, work there needs to be a little bit of balance. You need to take a lot of rest as well. If you don't, your health will suffer. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you have to take care of that aspect as well. So that's it. I mean, like, or like most of it has to do with work right now. Not just right now, but also like, yeah.
Okay, could you tell me something more about what you see probably for the, I don't know, following half a year, 6 months, 2 months?
Uh, okay,
Not
from
only work,
22nd.
something personal. Can you see something? Friends?
Mm, yeah, I mean, you might introduce new people. You might get introduced to new people. Uh, okay, spiritually, of course, it's a good time for you, but it's also like you have to search your own heart as well. It's not just about the occult or things like astrology or esotericism. It's also about facing things that you have been avoiding for a long time. Okay, so like you have to really take a break and actually think about the things that you really want to do this year, because you know that if I don't do it this year, then I might not be able to do it for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this year it has to happen this year. So in the next 6 months, let's say from like April 22nd to November this year, I think it's going to be more and more about education. Where should I go? Which university should I apply to? Or something like that. So that you can upgrade your skills and also you can do something new with your life. And as far as the friend circle is concerned, yes, you will lose quite a bit of friends this year. You will gain a few friends, but you might lose some friends that have been dragging you down or like maybe bullying you in a sense.
No, okay.
And your spouse will help you obviously because Jupiter sitting in its own sign right now and it's going to go in the 11th. So yeah, I mean your spouse will help you a lot as well in dealing with those issues. uh, like the past few years might have been a little bit tense. uh, Now there is a possibility that there was this one major event in the recent past that really sort of like forced you to look at things that you were avoiding. Now this year it's like, okay, yeah, this year it's about travel and education. Okay, higher philosophy, higher learning, travel.
Mm-hmm.
And it will happen after 22nd. From 22nd of April onwards, you will be more and more like you'll be getting away from your job and into like a university. So that thing will happen. And if you're planning something, I think this is the right time to do it,
Mm-hmm.
because if you do it right now, then you can just reap its benefits from the next year.
Okay.
uh yeah, after Saturn is like really in the middle of Aquarius. For you, it's also your husband will be your teacher actually this year.
I don't have a husband. I don't know what you keep saying about husband.
Yeah, I mean your
I don't
partner,
have a
husband.
I don't have a husband. I don't have a boyfriend. Nothing. I'm single.
Yeah, I mean I think that's about to change this year. So I think you might meet someone this year for
Okay.
sure.
When? I would
Uh,
like to know.
after 22nd of April. 22nd of
Oh,
April, Jupiter comes into Aries, your 11th house. So Saturn looks at it. So yeah, after April 22nd.
hmm.
Yeah, because it controls your 7th house.
Oh,
And
why
it's
why is
also
it
the,
why is it April 22nd? Why is this date special?
because Jupiter comes and meets Rahu.
Ah,
It
okay.
gets, yeah, it gets conjunct with Rahu on
Uh-huh.
22nd of April. And it controls your 7th house and your 10th house. So both those themes are activated. So partner and work also, I mean, those are like sub themes, but the major theme is education and like learning new things or upgrading your skills.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you
You
see
got any
where?
questions?
Yeah. Do you? Could you tell me where I will meet that person?
Probably at the same place that you go for an education.
Oh, so maybe at university or something.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah. April 22nd. After that, things will start falling into place. Uh, hmm. But take your time, okay? Like, don't go too fast. Uh, Take your time. Look at the person, okay? Because there'll be like quite a few people that you meet. So,
Well, if it's meant to be, I guess. If the stars show that I will meet few people, so I will probably meet few people, right? I can't
yeah, I
avoid
mean,
any of them.
yeah.
Yeah. So it makes no difference basically.
It's not about that. It's also about like you already have had your Saturn return. So you have a little bit of choice now. I mean, before your Saturn return, you didn't have much choice. But now you can look back at your experiences and you can analyze and see that, okay, maybe this person will work out for me. Maybe that person won't work out for me. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
speaking,
that's true.
yeah. So I'm speaking in those terms. So it's
Okay.
not like everything is just like happening to you. Okay, life is not just happening to you anymore. Like you are there, you have some choice now. You can make choices, and you will make choices this year, especially regarding like higher learning and upgrading your skills, university, travel, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Ask.
Um, I don't know.
You can just like write like. Do you prefer written communication over verbal communication?
No, it just it's easier for me when people tell me things. I don't always have
Mm-hmm.
many questions about what I hear. Maybe at that time
Hmm.
I just don't think of a question. I just get
Mm-hmm.
information and then later I think about it.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
okay. I mean,
maybe I would
yeah.
like to know to know some more specific details about events
Mm,
when
well,
something can happen this year or not.
one major date is 22nd April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
So
told
okay, so you might be applying for a university before that, but you might get accepted around that date.
me. Okay.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that's one date. Now, another date is May, the middle or like towards the end of May. Uh, I think 22nd, 27th of May. So 27th of May, you meet that person. I think. 27th of May because Aries. So 27th, Aries times Taurus. Okay, yeah. So 27th of May, you might meet that person. After that, okay. Hmm. Now there is also a question of sustaining your efforts. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because you might get bored of things very easily. So you have to make up your mind before you do that, okay? That okay, I
Okay.
really, really, really want this. This is something that I have to do. I can't put it off anymore. So because you might make a choice, and then in the middle of doing all that, you might feel like, oh, maybe I should have chosen something else. Okay? So be very sure about what next step you're about to take,
Okay.
especially like regarding education, okay? Because there are a lot of things that you will be interested in. You have your fingers in many pies, so
Mm-hmm.
you have to be very specific. Like some of that stuff needs to go. You have to get rid of some of the things, some of your interests. And for you, it's like difficult because it's like killing a part of yourself. So the transformation needs a bit of work. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it'll be difficult, but you can do it. Okay, it's not like you can't, but it's just that it's going to take a lot of like processing the loss of that personality that you used to have,
Mm-hmm.
okay, before going into all this. So make your choice very carefully, and yeah, I mean, that's what I have to say.
Yeah. Okay.
If you have any questions, you can just write them down, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'll think about it.
Yeah, because
What
right now you
What do
might not.
What do people
Yeah.
actually usually ask when they hear the
Oh,
readings?
people ask me about anything like their love life, their finances, their this and that, and it's everything. It's okay. I mean, if you cannot think of it anything, it's fine. You can reach me anytime. Okay, it's just that
Yeah.
I've
Sure.
yeah I've seen your chart for the first time. So what happens is mostly the thing with me is that when I'm like doing a reading for someone, it goes much better when I actually know them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also like when I've been talking to, like, if we keep talking for a while, then I'll be able to pinpoint like that, okay, this is what you're feeling and this is what it's going to happen. But with you, it's like, okay, because uh the exchange of information has to be both ways, right?
Yes, of course.
So
And when you know the person more, probably you know more what to say about that person from what the chart is showing, right?
yeah, I mean, it does, but it also doesn't, because there's this verbal confirmation. But yeah, it's like it's fine, but I am also looking for answers from you as well, uh, because there's some themes that are like playing more than other themes. Like when I asked you about education and stuff, that are you thinking about upgrading your skills or going back to university? You said yeah.
Yeah.
So generally, it's just like something like that. So
Uh-huh.
as far as like the timing of things are concerned, like predicting the actual timing, then I mean you can rely on Johnny for that more. Okay,
Okay.
so he can help you out with that bit. I'm just like looking at the overall chart and like telling you stuff that okay, this might be how you feel, or these are the fears that you have, or like walking and stuff, like you like to take long walks,
Yeah, that
uh
was true.
and you're thinking about going to university, or like upgrading your skills.
Hmm.
Disagreements with the spouse because you want him to be a mind reader, and he has to sort of know, like before you even say something, he has to know that okay, this is what she wants. So that bit, and then many interests, because Mercury in Pisces, Mercury in Gemini. uh, there might be problems articulating yourself sometimes because you might not find the right words, but
Yes,
at the
that's
same
true.
time, yeah, but at the same time, you have to like when in a conversation, if other people are discussing something and they can't come up with a word, with the right word, you will just come in and say one word, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, 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 that's the word I'm looking for."
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That has happened.
And Jupiter, 10th house, goes into the 11th. So yeah, working for big organizations, or like Yeah, I mean, big. You can say big organizations. Uh,
Yeah,
Rahu in the tenth.
I work in
Yeah,
an international company.
yeah. So MNCs and all that. So most of the relationships in your life will be professional, work related, because Rahu is in the tenth and Saturn is in the sixth house. So and you'll have to come back to them over and over again. Like your work has become your identity now. So, but over a period of time, now this year this will change because you'll meet your partner in the university or someone who is like a teacher to you. So those people will come into your life and then they will bring the transformation that you require. Because you have made a lot of boundaries around you that need to be broken. Uh, Now, those boundaries are there because of the past life experiences, the past experiences of the past in this life. So it's just that because of those experiences, you have this boundary now that you're like too scared to like open up because you know that this didn't work out in the past. So you're a little bit worried about that as well because your Mars is also in a water sign. So the trauma, it can destroy you. So you have to take care when you're like engaging in that part of your life, okay, like with a partner.
Yeah.
So take things very slowly, okay, don't jump in, don't rush out. It's hard for us to do that because like Mars in what's the yeah Mars in Cancer in a water sign, so we do feel things really deeply, okay. So
Yeah, that's
and
true.
it's not always easy for us to like actually deal with losses. So it takes us a lot of time to process our loss. So rather than experiencing loss by going too fast, just take your time and don't really rush out into anything. Okay, take your time, get to know the person, and also this the same thing goes for your skill that you want to have or acquire. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
university and stuff or travel or anything that you're planning, think about it. Think about it. Take your time. Take a day off if you have to. Make charts or anything or write things down. Writing things down is something that you should be doing more often because you have too many thoughts. Okay, like even if it's about work or personal stuff, like you have two ways of dealing with it. You can either take a long walk and think about things, or you can just sit down and write about it. Okay. Now,
Okay.
the walking part, it'll be more easy for you because, well, Saturn looks at your moon. But the written part is when you'll have to your confront yourself about things that you have been ignoring. What happens is like we can have so many thoughts in our head, okay, and we might be very sure about it. But when we actually write them down and we look at them, then we get to know that yeah, I mean, this is the thing that I was ignoring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, so you have to get into a habit of writing things down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
thing, actually.
yeah, yeah. Well, so that's it from my side. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me.
Okay, if I think of something, I will ask Johnny to contact you for
Yeah,
something.
sure.
Okay, thank you then.
Okay, take
It was
care.
yeah, very nice. Bye.
Bye.
I just said goodbye, but maybe she will.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Right, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second.
Hello. Ooh, ooh,
My tooth just fell out.
ooh, ooh,
My second tooth just fell out.
Really?
Yeah.
And will you place it under your pillow for the tooth fairy?
I'll place it near my pillow because I want to get lost.
Mm-hmm.
His tooth just fell off, and the first thing he does is put hard candy back again in his mouth.
You're gonna
Bye.
lose all your teeth.
Bye.
You're gonna lose all your teeth, boy. You're gonna lose all your teeth.
He just left. How did it go, man? How was it?
It's okay. I mean, I wasn't able to read much because I don't think she likes to talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was okay. I mean, I did tell her about going for like higher education or like upgrading her skills because like Saturn is in the ninth house.
Right.
So, yeah, and like Jupiter is going to go in her 11th house. And
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell you what I predicted for her and what's happening in her life. Maybe she didn't share with you, but she's already doing that. It,
mm-hmm,
um, since Saturn's new transit in April, she started
mm-hmm,
doing this new program in her job that requires her to travel and to
mm-hmm,
learn this new whatever she was doing. So all nine house stuff, right?
mm-hmm.
And what I predicted for her is that through this program, that she will meet someone through this program.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Right.
I said like because like Jupiter, like seventh house and like 10th house, so going like in the firing line of Saturn. So Saturn looks at it, so those themes get activated. So yeah, I mean that's what I said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
yeah,
but
it's just cool to see because and we haven't told each other what we read or saw, so it's just nice to see you see the same thing.
hmm,
She still has a few um like meetings with this whole new program thing she's doing. She has to still travel to a couple of places, so there's still time for these things to happen. From what I see in her chart, from what I see, she's gonna meet a foreigner. She's gonna meet a
yeah,
person
Jupiter and yeah, Rahu. So yeah,
that lives
Rahu.
in a different country.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Anyway, man, sorry to put you on
Mm-hmm.
the spot there. I should have asked you first, but she was here, and I thought, okay, just ask.
No, I mean it's okay. I mean I did tell her about like taking long walks, and she likes to do that.
Oh yeah,
So to clear her head.
yeah, yeah. She,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I did tell her about that. I also told her to like write instead of writing bullet points, she should maybe like make a chart or something about things that she's been feeling.
Okay.
So it's because like it's a lot of because the mental activity is at that level that she doesn't have time to think about things in a detailed way. So and that becomes an escape. So it's like you tell yourself, oh, I have so many things going on, I don't have time to write things down. So that's our defense mechanism, that okay, no, I don't have time, I don't like what do you call it, is it called defense mechanism? No, it's not, something else. It's like that, like okay, i I mean I probably would do or like make a lot of changes in my life if I have things written down in front of me, you know if I can actually see those things.
Hmm.
Because if you're thinking about it, it's a bit different. When you're thinking about things, well, okay, these are just thoughts, and the thoughts come and go. So
Right.
it's not always the same case. So but when you're actually writing things down, like of course I know that for her way of doing things is like taking long walks, because Saturn looks at her moon from the 6th. So like clearing her head by walking. So I mean I can see that.
Hmm.
But I mean, that's not always possible, right? Like sometimes you're at work, sometimes you're just at home doing things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And So that's why I told her, I mean, I think you should write things down.
Mhm.
Because I also told her that don't jump in too quick with the guy that you meet, because you have Mars in Cancer, so it's very hard for you to process loss if that guy rejects you. So take things very slowly. And what else did I tell her? Yeah, I also told her about that after the birth of her child, things might have gotten a little bit complicated, because I was reading about like Pluto and stuff. So her Pluto is in Libra in the fifth house, and
Yeah.
her her Venus is in Gemini, right? So in the first house. So yeah, those themes also become a bit activated, because after the birth, like the personality changes. So now there are like additional limitations in your life that you can't break. So you have to wait for your children to grow up so that you can make those choices in your life, things that you actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
What
Thank
what did you tell her?
Yeah, the thing about the child is spot on because not from a personal level because I'm the father of a child, but in astrology, when I read her chart, when I was looking at her Scorpio transformation, it was yeah, fifth house. Basically it was the same. It was the same timing as my son being born, so it was that theme. My calculation,
Mm.
I used a different calculation to yours, but the result was the same. Everything what you said.
What's he doing?
He's playing video game. He has his face painted right now. You look like a monkey right now. You look like what's
Did
that
you show
monkey?
him my Did you show him my picture?
Oh, okay,
I'm a
okay,
tu- I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist guide.
okay. I'll pass you on. I'll show you. Nathan, look. I forgot to show you the picture of him. Look, watch.
Let's see. Hi.
So this is his selfies,
Uh,
and then this is him at work.
what? He just took a photo of just
Yeah,
a what?
that's my job, man. I work as a tourist guide.
He just asked a lot of people to go at the back and a monkey at the front. What the hell?
Hey, man, that's me, man. That's me.
No,
That's how I look, man.
it's not.
It is, man. It is. This is how I look. Hey, man, do you have any candy? I like candy.
Hey,
Do you have bananas?
no way. Um,
I want some.
give
I want bananas, man. Can you give me some?
no, no.
Please,
Wait,
please. I want some bananas, man. Please.
no, no bananas.
I'm so sad.
Put it so
Hello,
Hello. Hello.
hello.
Hello.
let me say goodbye, then I'll help you. Okay, man. We'll leave you alone now.
Yeah, okay. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to him. Got some things to do. I got a video to finish tonight, and we'll talk later, man.
Okay, bro.
Right, bro. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Oh wait.
You're
Yeah,
back, bro.
yeah. I gotta stop this. I recorded it, so
Mm.
this
It
will be
wasn't
gone.
much actually. There's now, yeah. I mean, it wasn't as good as the last session.